Thank you for the opportunity to participate in Enhanced Topic Session ETS4. My paper is on Sustainable Radioactive Source Security Management, and in particular, the role of professional certification in strengthening security culture. My name is Rhonda Evans, and my organisation is the World Institute for Nuclear Security. So what is the role of the World Institute for Nuclear Security? We are an international non-governmental organisation based in Vienna, Austria. Our primary purpose is to improve the professionalism and competence of all those involved in nuclear security and radioactive source security, so that the material, whether nuclear material or other radioactive material, such as high-activity sources, are not used for a criminal or terrorist purpose. WIN's overall objective is to enhance nuclear security and radioactive source security through the professionalization of those sectors, and also to support strong regulatory and management systems which support nuclear security and radioactive source security. In common with safety, security has the objective to protect the health and safety of people, and to protect people, property, and the environment from the harmful effects of ionizing radiation. And in the case of security, that harmful effect would be caused by someone carrying out an intentional, criminal, unauthorized, or terrorist activity, also known as a malicious act. The World Institute for Nuclear Security offers a range of services available to everyone around the world to assist them strengthen their nuclear security and radioactive source security practices. We have a network of members worldwide. We hold workshops and events, now because of COVID, principally available online and on demand. We publish international best practice guides and special reports. A feature of today's presentation will be the WIN's Academy Certification Program, which is designed to assist professionals and practitioners improve their security practices. We also have a range of peer review and evaluation services, including in the area of radioactive source security in the context of healthcare facilities. So why am I talking about the importance of radioactive source security to a community of radiation protection professionals? Well, the peaceful use of radioactive material requires both effective safety and security management. We know that globally the security of radioactive material is only as strong as the weakest link within a country. For instance, if every country does not have a suitable regulatory framework, then there's the capacity that material moves outside of regulatory control and is vulnerable, therefore, to trafficking from one country to another. Effective and sustainable radioactive source security also promotes a strong security culture, and we will be talking later in the presentation more about what the elements of a strong security culture are within an organisation. It's important to focus on new threat capabilities and emerging risks, and also to support agile and responsive security. If we manage to achieve this, then there will be greater confidence within our communities for the use of radioactive sources in important areas like healthcare, industry, and agriculture. The international community comes together to make important statements about matters like security, just as they do in the areas of safety and radiation protection. Some of you may be aware that leaders around the world came together for successive nuclear security summits from 2010 to 2016 under the leadership of the former President of the United States, Barack Obama. And during these meetings of heads of government, important joint statements were made on a variety of issues related to security. One of these was Information Circular 901, which was a joint statement on certified training for nuclear security management. A number of countries joined together to support the establishment of structured professional development and certification programs for nuclear and radioactive source security managers. And one of the first organisations to offer that is the World Institute for Nuclear Security. These training programs are designed to develop a network of certified professionals who are implementing meaningful and sustainable changes to security culture and employ security best practice worldwide. Another important initiative which supports strong and effective security is to ensure that the most diverse and inclusive population of professionals are available to all of us. And I note that during this IRPA Congress, there is actually a session on women and radiation safety. Similarly, the World Institute for Nuclear Security is leading a global program that we call our Gender Champions program. We highlight and celebrate female subject matter experts and make sure that all of our workshops and events have gender parity amongst the subject matter experts. We encourage and support women to be further engaged in security, and in particular radioactive source security, through certification and professional development programs, and in particular the WINS Academy program. We strongly encourage the greater participation of women in WINS events, and we collaborate with other programs such as Women in Nuclear and Group of Friends for Women in Nuclear as well, amongst a number of leading countries who wish to see the greater participation of women in nuclear security and radioactive source security. And in so doing, we are highlighting areas where there may be barriers to the greater participation of women in these important areas. We understand that certification and continuous professional development is a key to enhanced gender parity in the So we recognise a very strong relationship between professional development and certification and the encouragement of a robust security culture in an organisation. So let me take a moment to talk to you about the WINS Academy, which is the home of professional development and certification within our organisation. We have developed a comprehensive curriculum, we have targeted learning objectives, and the programs are designed by international subject matter experts with a focus on adult learning. We have practical information and case studies, exercises, and the capacity for extended knowledge checks. It is entirely compatible with the professional development in the areas of safety and radiation protection, which all of you are engaged in. We have two programs, and the one that I want to focus on for this audience is the Certified Radioactive Source Security Management Program. This program requires 40 hours of self-guided study, and it can be completed entirely online or through traditional textbooks. It's available in English and Spanish, and there are proctored examinations available online or in person. And similarly with many of your programs for radiation protection and radiation safety, it requires recertification every 5 years. It's also very compatible with an external regulatory requirement that operators and license holders only engage suitably qualified personnel in their activities. And as you will see here, the content is highly germane to the encouragement of an appropriate security culture within your organisation. The material covers an introduction to radioactive sources, including radiation protection considerations. It discusses threat and risk and how to protect and secure radioactive sources. In particular, it highlights the approaches to mitigation of the risk through mitigation of the threat actors, and the different threat pathways. It highlights the role of security culture in strengthening radioactive source security, and that includes human reliability programs and other methods to address insider threat. And fundamentally, it examines the interface between safety and security and how each of these disciplines can serve to strengthen and support the other. So in focusing in on security culture, what are we really talking about? Well, culture is often defined as the beliefs, values, understandings, and behaviours that people bring to a particular subject. Security culture, like safety culture, is aimed at the attitudes, beliefs, and values of people, those that are part of the implementation of our systems, whether they are management systems or regulatory systems. An effective security culture depends on proper planning, on training, on awareness raising, and professional development of those people responsible for the safety and security of radioactive sources. So what's the bottom line? What can we conclude from all of this? Radioactive source security safety and security is strengthened by access to professional development programs and certified training to enhance the competence of everyone involved. Accessing professional development programs, like those offered by the World Institute for Nuclear Security, serves to strengthen the culture of security within an organisation and enable the safe and secure use of this important material for all of its valuable societal purposes. Thank you indeed for your attention. Unfortunately, because I can't be with you in person, I'm not available to answer your questions. But I believe there are lots of relationships between our sectors, and it's important that we strengthen each of them. If you would like to know more about the World Institute for Nuclear Security, our professional development programs, or how we can help you enhance and strengthen radioactive source security within your communities, I'd encourage you to email me, rhonda.evans@wins.org, and I thank you indeed for your attention.